We the boys with the heat, yeah, we live on the air. Talking sports, talking life, man, we everywhere. From the field to the mic, yeah, we never retreat. When we speak, it's elite, yeah, the boys bring the heat. We the boys with the heat, yeah, we live on the air. Talking sports, talking life, man, we everywhere. From the field to the mic, yeah, we never retreat. When we speak, it's elite, yeah, the boys bring the heat. Yo, it's that guy, check the energy, no chill. Talking Packers, Brewers, yeah, we keep it real. From the big plays down to the locker room fields. Every week a new drop, man, we sealing the deal. We break it down smooth, every topic, no fuss. You tuned in now, bet you're vibing with us. Chaos on the beat, you know what I do. When it's time to hit the mic, I'm dropping the truth. Fantasy ballers or the playoff crews, I break it down fast, like a backfield move. We got Charles with the takes, that guy with the hype. Peter Bar bringing the facts at the podcast alike. Talk strategy, drama, man, we do it right. Yo, boys with the heat, you could tune in all night. Charles on the set, I got words that ignite. We ain't just about the game, it's the passion in life. Whether wins or losses, struggles or fights, we bring in inspiration with the heat and the mic. Part of the future where opinions combine. You miss an episode, homie, that's a crime. It's host Peter, I'm the glue in the team. Keep the convo flowing, keep the topic supreme. Got the questions, the stories that drive every scene. When we speak, it's elite, yeah, the boys bring the heat. We the boys with the heat, yeah, we live on the air. Talking sports, talking life, man, we everywhere. From the field to the mic, yeah, we never retreat. When we speak, it's elite, yeah, the boys bring the heat. Yo, it's that guy, check the energy, no chill. Talking Packers, Brewers, yeah, we keep it real. From the big plays down to the locker room fields. Every week a new drop, man, we're sealing the deal. We break it down smooth, every topic, no fuss. You tuned in now, bet you vibing with.
Welcome back, Charles. Welcome back. Man.
Hey, buddy.
Just a few unfortunate events happen. Just a few.
Mondays are a little less Monday.
They're a little less
Packers don't
Monday.
win.
Yeah, that's true.
When the Packers don't win. And shout out, pardon my take, quarterback controversy. You guys would pray to have the quarterback room Green Bay Packers.
Most teams probably would.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that tomorrow. What we're here to talk about is the Green Bay Packers. And what a tough game to watch. Let's be honest. That the first half and a little bit into the second half, really the whole game was just a tough watch. And in those moments, the fan always comes out to me, and I start screaming to myself, "This is the damn head coach we have." And then I'm like, we have a really good head coach. It is funny that on one of our last week's episodes, I found myself talking about how amazing these two head coaches were, and I kept going, 6-7, 6-7, or 7-8, 7-8. Well, O'Connell's definitely 7, and LaFleur's 8 at this point.
Right.
I mean, hell, at times it even felt like I was watching the reincarnated Brett Favre this game when it came to Jordan Love. And we'll talk about Jordan Love here for a little bit. Man, I tell you, shout out Jordan Love. There's a foundation I got to lay here. For one, he showed up to the game in a Brett Favre jersey, which was fantastic. That was phenomenal. But it didn't mean you had to go out there and do a 4-for-3 like Favre would. And
Right.
we had a chance to win the game. It was exactly like watching Brett Favre play.
That's the thing. And Aaron Rodgers, he threw, I think he did it a couple times, but the most he ever threw in a game was 3. So go back, it was Brett Favre. Obviously, if you're going to go back, it's the guy who leads the NFL in all-time interceptions, obviously.
And
it was a Favre-esque game.
I mean, I think for the other half of this foundation, too, is you're going to hear a lot of people chatting, blah, 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 $200 million quarterback, blah, blah, blah. For one, he's still growing. We did not pay Jordan Love $50 million a year because he was going to come into season 2 like football Jesus, okay? This is something that's called, and you and I have talked about it often on the show, for the new listeners, something that we honed in on was market value. Okay, and at the time that all of this was going on, and you could be mad at the NFL all you want, but you can't be mad at the Green Bay Packers or Jordan Love in this situation, because we hit market value, and in a couple of years it's going to look just glorious. But this was his first game after injury, and his realistically, his first game was in Brazil, and the first half was a little rusty, and I'm going to blame this on the preseason. This is something we do on this show. The shortened preseason, the elongated year. There's
lulls.
But his first 300-yard game or first 350 game, one of those two.
Yeah.
At 389 yards, he is now Malik Willis was the leading passer. One game, Jordan Love's back on top staff wise. So I think he got 687, 689, 649. Ooh, there was
This is the Packer podcast, but let's not pretend like Minnesota's not a good football team. They beat the 49ers. They obviously, this team has got it put together. They know what they're doing. They've got a game plan. And Minnesota knows who they are offensively and defensively.
And this has a lot to do with Brian Flores, who Brian Flores is as a defensive coordinator. He dominated Brock Purdy, who is destroying the league, by the way. Despite what a lot of people, blah, 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 Brock Purdy. The dude is earning everything he's about to get, and it's fantastic. I'm very excited to see it. But he confused the hell out of Brock, confused the hell out of CJ, and now he just confused the hell out of Jordan Love. Now you take the we would love as a Green Bay Packer fan, you take the 3 interceptions away, but even with the 3 interceptions, Jordan Love still, out of all of those quarterbacks, produced the most. And I believe we also scored the most points so far this season against the Minnesota Vikings. And if we're being completely honest, if we had a damn kicker, we would have won that fucking game. The game would have been won. There was multiple 2-point conversions not completed because we didn't trust the kicker. At one point we went, what was it? Fumble, missed field goal, interception, missed field goal, fumble. And it was like, our first punt came in the second half and we were losing 28-7. But then Green Bay rattled off 22 unanswered points. And that's something, and that, as much as I want to Minnesota Vikings and Brian Flores and the first half, and yeah, Jordan Love threw 3 interceptions, right? But the focus is this team's will. And we're going to get to Xavier McKinney here in a minute, too. What a dog. We're going to get to Josh Jacobs here in a minute. What a dog. Because I got something to say to Matt. For some reason, I don't give a damn about your game plan or how things changed. Josh Jacobs needs to be touching the ball 17 to 20 times a game. I think I have stressed this numerous times.
Multiple times, yeah.
And I don't care how you get him the ball in screen passes, passing. The poor guy literally he now holds the NFL record for most receptions by a running back without a touchdown. I believe he's up to 209. And he was shoelaces away from getting in, bro. If he, the one guy, he had 2 guys coming at him. It don't matter. That will, that determination. The only thing that could knock that out apparently was shoelaces. But the second half, how did you feel watching the second half?
As much as I'd love to say it was all Green Bay, it did start to look like Minnesota took their foot off the gas.
It's a Minnesota thing.
There was 2 4th and 1s where they were up 28-7 at that point, and they were like, let's just not go for it. Let's pin them deep, and they pinned the Packers deep. But they could have easily gotten those. They actually took Aaron Jones out for over a quarter because they were resting him, trying not to get him hurt when they were up 28-7. So I don't believe he started.
I think that's more of a head coaching issue.
Well, you're up 28-7.
It's a divisional rival, the Green Bay Packers. They've come back on you numerous times. And yeah, I think that's a very pompous way of thinking. And I'm not talking about you. You're just reading the writing on the wall. That was the Minnesota Vikings sideline. They did come into Lambeau last year and beat our ass too. And then we went to...
I can't remember how many years in a row. It's quite a few, though, that they've just split.
Yeah.
It's gone the other way split. It hasn't been the home and home. It was home and away and home.
So first quarter, the first scoring drive, really, we had that interception. Hit old boy the numbers, just bounced off his chest. That's a game changer. It take away 1 or 2 of Jordan Love's interceptions and special teams. These are significant items that we need. That the first 2 I can see us figuring out. The interceptions are going to get figured out. Jordan Love throws the one deep ball interception. He just chucked it up like a Hail Mary. I don't know if he didn't see the fact that he had 10 yards to the right on the end zone. Not a defender there. It was 1-on-1, but he didn't throw the ball where the wide receiver had a chance. He threw the ball where the wide receiver had to play safety. And, that's never going to be good. I know he wants that one back because if he just throws it to the right instead of straight down the middle, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown all day.
My
So
biggest takeaway was the we'll just say it, the officiating or lack of officiating. The Matt LaFleur timeout call that they missed, completely missed. The guy looked at him and then went the other
ended
way.
up getting a penalty
And
for that. Yeah, we had to score twice on that drive.
and I get it. I get the instant replay is difficult. It's tough sometimes to get. But the one where he had his hands underneath the ball, that one was, to me, a head scratcher. The other one was a 50-50. Yeah, it hit the ground.
Penalties
but that other
were a
one
killer
was
for us
that other
again.
one was pretty clear. Both hands were under the ball, and they were like, no. And then O'Connell having the arrogance to go out there on that one play when he did the old toe. Jefferson did the old toe tap. What's that guy? That guy's ball placement and ball security, like when he knows he gets to the sidelines, it reminds me of Jerry Rice-esque Jefferson. It's just ridiculous.
They were super lucky that they were playing against our practice squad. That our cornerbacks were more or less our practice squad.
Well, I don't know. I think
bring two of them up.
I don't know.
Jair Alexander being out. That's it. I mean, Alexander plays defense on Justin Jefferson. He doesn't have a good game.
Yeah,
I mean, that's.
I was gonna say it probably would have been he probably would have been he probably didn't want to get embarrassed again. But we're just gonna say that because maybe we didn't want to. Maybe he just didn't want to play it. It seems like Alexander misses more big games than he plays in.
That is convenient, isn't it?
Isn't
I thought that a couple days ago. Yeah,
I was
his injury doesn't appear to be significant, but from
the
sounds of it, we're not going to see him against who we playing the Rams, and we're not going to.
Well, I'm not saying he misses a ton of games, and I'm saying
I know what you're saying. It just seems like
the game we need him in, he's not there.
See, and that it's funny too. I thought that very same thing, but then again, he does play in the big games, and when he does, he's locked down, man.
Well, that's the thing. You just don't see him.
I believe I said that somewhere, to be honest with you, at one point in time.
And I hate to say this, Charles, because you brought it up about McKinney, but it's like at some point, dudes are just not going to throw towards him.
Great. You know how easy that makes our defense? Like, it sucks for him. It might be
I like it that they throw towards him because he catches the ball from.
Well, he's 4 for 4 right now. He's a fucking Wendy's. Wendy's needs to get on that. Get this dude a fucking deal. He's first guy, since 2000?
Get him a Frosty or something, yeah.
No, get him a 4 for 4 deal. Wendy's 4 for 4.
4 for 4 deal?
It's 4 for 4 right now, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know if they have anything on their menu that'd be 4 for 4, but yeah, you can try.
It did seem like Green Bay felt bad for leading the turnover and takeaways and turnover margin. Like, we didn't want that triple crown, so we decided to throw him the ball 3 times and fumble it, once or twice? 5 turnovers, 4 or 5 turnovers.
I don't know. We were only -1, though. We took it away a few times.
No, that's because we really do. We were leading the NFL in takeaways and interceptions. So it's, dude, I said it at the beginning. I was telling all of the listeners, I said, this defense is going to be hungry. And I think Matt LaFleur is going to notice this. I don't know what damn game plan was decided that.
Oh, they played zone. They played zone, though. They played one-on-one, man-to-man zone.
We play zone the most.
They play zone, but you play zone with starters. We don't play zone with backups.
What said? Very smart. Hopefully Jeff listens. I swear to God, we're either part of the universal stream of knowledge or they're listening to us, because there are things that I mean, it's magical hearing what we say now be repeated the next week on major sports networks.
Unfortunately, I think the problem with him is he's still learning the NFL game. He's still got the college. Is he a great coordinator? Yes, but he's got the college mindset I think he thinks the players that are coming in are going to be able to fill those shoes. Sometimes there's a very big gap between, let's just say, Alexander and Javon Bullard that came in. There's a huge talent gap there.
He's learning. Yeah, he's learning that gap, because you're absolutely right. There's going to be a huge learning curve for him. But there's a handful of things I wanted to point out about our defense, things that Jeff was brought in specifically for that is working. And he was brought in to make our talent flourish. And what I'm talking about that, and you did point out something pre-show, we'll bring that up afterwards, but Quay Walker right now leads in solo tackles and total tackles. He leads... he's tied for the lead in assist. He's in third. He's tied for third on sacks. We're getting sacks right now, bro. Right now, as a team, we've got 3, 5, 7, 10, 12, 13 total sacks on the year. Interceptions. Where are we at on interceptions? 4, 6, 7, 8. We've now exceeded our interception total from last year. So we've got sacks, tackles for loss. This is huge. This tackles for loss, quick math, almost 20 total tackles for loss already this year. The things he was meant to do is being done. Now it's up to him to learn how to call the defense.
Yeah.
I think he's got the right defense. What are we running? The 4-3 now? I like this 4-3. I think it's comfortable. And our pass rushers are getting there for the most part, rushing 4. Now there's situational awareness that he needs to understand. There are moments in the first 3 and 3/3 quarters, right, where a 4-person pass rush is going to get through. But then there's situations where the quarterback needs time. So whether or not the quarterback goes to the line and sees blitz or doesn't see a blitz, the play that's called has the built-in protection for that character, right? For that player, let's say, for that play. So a 4-person pass rush in that sense is not going to cut the cake. The protection is there. You have to disguise it, right? He needs to disguise things a little more. And I think this is what he's going to learn. And I believe he's going to learn very quickly. But if the protection, you can't have all around protection, right? So you have to disguise what side of the field you want the protection to go to so you can blitz on the other side. And you're sending 4, that's cool, but zone blitz, you love zone, that's fantastic. Zone blitz, disguise that motherfucker. Show 3, drop 2, show 2, drop 1, show 1, drop 3. Disguises in the NFL is the difference from college and pros, right? Because you can't do this in college. It's not that they can't, arguably, but you can't throw that much on a student athlete.
Not only that, a lot of those guys, they rely on speed and they just throw the receiver open. As in the NFL, you have to lead your receiver and know that he's going to be there, and you have to trust that he's going to get there and get to your point of position. You got a lot tighter windows in the NFL than you do in college. And I think the problem, like you said, with the defensive coordinator is also that too. He is relying on the linebackers like Gary and them to call and to basically tell him, hey, this is the play that I called. You guys are going to have to react. And this is something that with Barry, we had that the players had to react. And as he learns the defense and he learns the other teams' offenses and their schemes, I believe he's going to have those little, we'll call them little Easter eggs in there for the defense, a little bit of wrinkles.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the time we play the Bears, he's got those figured out.
We have 7 fumbles so far this year, but only 1 loss.
Yeah, the fumbles, to me, it sucks. It's one of those things that the one where the guy got the ball punched out, I think it was Musgrave.
Malik Willis has
that
4
one sucked.
of those, by the way.
Yeah, but
no, those are sacks. Sorry.
I was going to say, yeah, I think Love has the least amount of sacks in the NFL. He's only got 2, but he's also only played in 2 games.
Yeah. What is this here too? Rushing first downs. Josh Jacobs has 15 rushing first downs. As a team, we have 34 total rushing first downs. We have 40 passing first downs. We're averaging 243 passing yards a game, 174 rushing yards a game, bro. That is amazing. That is Packer football that not a lot of Packer fans today has seen.
You know, when I think, Charles, had they not been playing from behind, that would have been their MO. I believe they would have relied on Jacobs very heavily.
You look back.
That probably was the game plan, honestly.
Absolutely, 100%. It was the game plan, and this we haven't talked about it. We'll focus on it just right after this, but we get that interception.
Yeah,
we're on our side of the field. I believe it's around the 30-yard line. You've got Josh Jacobs. You got a fresh Jordan Love. The entire game is different. We get to establish our game plan. Yes, the Minnesota Vikings did a little bit. In the beginning, they established a way to beat our younger dudes once the game calmed down. Ultimately, though, one of the biggest the two biggest factors I think that came down to this Green Bay Packers loss, because Brett Favre won a bunch of games, including a Super Bowl. So I don't want to hear nothing about the 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. That also came with 389 passing yards. Arguably, that was a decent game. Like, I'm not going to be upset about that. But our special teams and the damn penalties are really what cost us this football game. How many more football games are they going to cost us moving forward? Because we're hearing the same thing out of the locker room we were hearing last year with Anders Carlson. And I understand that you have to say this as a head coach, but maybe, just maybe, go to the podium and start a fighter under that kicker's ass, right? Because he's young, and I don't think that you should accept mediocrity. And that is what we got. The only thing
I saw disappointment though on the special teams coach, Vasad. Is it?
Well, he's living a nightmare, reoccurring nightmare.
Outside of Wheelan booting the shit out of the football. I mean,
love our punter, by the way, bro. We don't talk about
he's the best.
I don't want to, but that is
Dude,
the leg of a.
When the guy is saying he kicks it 52 yards and he's saying the hang time is almost 6 seconds, people don't realize how difficult it is to kick a ball 6 seconds in the air.
So obviously our special team scout department has 1/3 of this figured out.
I said that we whiffed on the kicker. We whiffed on the kicker.
How did you look at Joseph and decide that this was the better option? And now, okay, cool. Maybe we're just saying that because Joseph is kicking a dream for New York, but this doesn't really make sense to me.
They did bring it up. Did you watch the game and hear the commentary that the announcer said that he was missing pregame too as well? And he was missing left and he was missing. I think I can take the miss from 49. The other one was just as long as an extra point. That's the one that bothers me the most. The short ones are the ones that bother you. The 35 to 38 yard, the 30 to 40 yard field goals should be chip shots at this point in your career.
But see, now that's the thing. And I love that you said that at this point in your career, because we may end up having comments where people go, he is a rookie.
But they're still kicking the same size football at this point in college. In the same distance.
At this point in your career. And I love that because you're making millions of dollars. Even if it's 1.3 over 4 years, I don't care about taxes. I don't give a shit about any of that. You're making millions of dollars.
And I get somebody's got to be the worst kicker in the league, but that shouldn't always be the Packers kicker, unfortunately.
Right. But the worst kicker in the league should still be 89%.
Let's see if I can get the kicking stats here. Special team stats. Kicking Charles. Obviously Aubrey and Boswell, Moody, Lutz, Koo, Pearson. Actually, you know what? He is in he's sixth place in the NFL in place kicking. He's got 9 field goals, 13 attempts, 69%. That is where it hurts.
This one, as a Green Bay Packer fan, you can flip it around and be mad at the offense for giving the ball away 4 times. Yeah, and that's totally fine. As a seasoned Packer fan, we're looking at the kicker and going, what the hell happened to Crosby? Because he was still doing fine. So we could have kept Crosby for another year or two and really solidified our kicker problem in this season. You know what I mean? But instead you had to pick from the bottom of the barrel. It's still the NFL. Yes, and now we're in these situations, right? Yeah, and I agree with you. That 49%er, okay, I get it. Or 49%er, sorry. I'm looking at the odds for the upcoming game we're about to talk about before we close out. But the inside 30, what was it, a 39, 36 yarder, like that doesn't make that doesn't make sense. And because it does, dude, it changes the entire atmosphere. The 2 touchdowns instead.
Arguably, that literally, because what happened? They missed the kick. Minnesota got the ball. I believe it was 2 or 3 passes or 2 or 3 plays, and they were right down the field inside the 20 again. And the Packers' backs were against the wall. Arguably, that defense got tired real quick because boom, 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 it was 21-zip.
Yeah,
and that defense has been on the field for 15 out of the 18 minutes that we were watching football.
I agree with you indubitably. And something that, a final thought on this week's game. Congratulations to the Minnesota Vikings, but I don't think they won that game. I think the Green Bay Packers lost that game. And even with Green Bay doing everything they could to lose that game, which they ended up doing, congratulations.
They still had a chance to win.
They still had a chance to win. It came down to an onside kick.
Honestly,
God,
Charles, it came down to the ball getting punched out by Musgrave. Right there, that fumble recovery right there, they were going, the Packers were going to drive down the field.
See, and that's the thing. You get out of bounds, young man.
Yeah.
Get out of bounds, young
He'll
blood.
learn. He'll learn. I mean,
still, and that's part of my closing thought there, Patrick. Wonderful point. Is that what we have to remember is they're still a young team. There's a lot of growth. There's a lot of situation. There's a lot of room. There's a lot of grit. And there's a lot of love in that locker room. And I funny pun, and I didn't mean it that way, but we'll take it. Because there'll be a lot more love coming in. The beginning of that, he was a little rusty. I think he was just trying to do too much personally. And in the second half, he really calmed down, made a couple more boneheaded mistakes, and really relied on his team. I swear with everything inside of me, he came at this, Patrick, with the mindset that I'm the $250 man.
Yeah.
And realistically, we just need you to be Jordan Love and allow your teammates to be who they are.
Shout out to the offensive line.
Probably pretty difficult, but yeah, I think our offensive line is
They played pretty well, considering Minnesota had a very good defense coming in, led the league in sacks, I believe.
Yeah. Yes. Situationally, there is so much good to take from this outside of losing the football game and at times how we lost it. But there's a lot of good to take from it. I'm very excited, which brings us to our forward thought. We've got the Rams coming up. I believe we are at the Rams. The Packers are slightly favored. We got the over-under on this at 46.5. The Packers are a 3.5 point favorite, which is basically a pick 'em because we're on the road, right? And home teams get 3 points, so they're giving us a half point more or less. When it comes to that, Packers are slightly favored to win the game. The money line's got Green Bay minus 200, bet 200 to win 100. The Rams 165, bet 100 to win 165.
There's two games tonight. Monday Night Football, I guess. Let's get into it. Before we get going, let's get our picks here. Which game do you want, or which game do you like better?
I don't have it up, so just give me a game. Give me a game.
All right, we got the Titans-Dolphins.
I'll take that one. So I got Tony Pollard going in fantasy football tonight.
Yeah, Tony Pollard.
I need 17.97 points from you, not 18. I'm not asking for 18.
I don't think
17.97.
I don't think this is on Levis's shoulders today, so I think you got a decent chance of Pollard
projected at
in the end zone.
And I've got a 38% chance. I'll take it. Miami's falling apart. They're having a tough time. They're having a really hard time with the run defensively. Shocking for no one on this podcast because we've seen that. In fact, we weren't in the NFC Championship game because we had a difficult time with the run. Oh, Charlie, it was CMC. I don't give a frick.
It was CMC, yes. You were like, it's playoffs. I don't care about CMC anymore. I got the ring, so.
Yeah. We needed to stop that young man.
Yeah.
But
Lions Seahawks, really well. Revitalized Geno Smith going against Jared Goff.
He's trying to make me look like an idiot, but it's a long season, and I think I'm pretty smart.
This is a home game for the Lions, but this is going to be another one of those gut punchers for me.
Seattle plays the Lions.
Seattle plays tough.
If you talk to any Lions fan right now, they're scared.
This is coming down to a field goal. This is going to be a 30-27 football game or something along those lines, and Lions are going to be lucky to escape this one.
I'm just wondering if this is Geno Smith's come back to earth game, or if this will be a reoccurring issue for Jared Goff, one of those terrible games. Because right now with the Detroit Lions, like we had mentioned with our fan segment, they're having a really hard time bringing all pieces of the pie to the table. And they've been lucky so far this year and unlucky. But if Jared Goff plays well, the defense is playing terrible. And if the defense plays well, Jared Goff's playing terrible. And if the offense is playing well, Jared Goff is playing terrible. So they've got to figure that out. I like Mike McDonald. I like both Dan Campbell. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I wouldn't be shocked if this was a pick 'em. Or Detroit might be favored by 6.5. To be honest with you, given a field goal 3.5 because of the pick 'em, they probably given them a 6.5.
Yeah.
But anywho, I like that. Is this a get right game for the Titans? I don't think so. But I don't believe in anything Miami's offense
No,
can do.
it's going to be one of those punch each other fights, punch each other
Because
till one of them bleeds
yeah,
type
because the one
fights.
dude, the Skyler dude who was playing, I don't know. I don't think he's starting because maybe a concussion.
I don't know who they.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Miami's starting quarterback tonight.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson is listed as questionable, but that doesn't mean
Tyler
much.
Huntley. Yeah, the Miami
Yeah.
Dolphins will start Tyler Huntley.
Oh yeah, the old Baltimore Raven.
Yeah, Huntley is stepping in due to Thompson's rib injury. Yeah. So it wasn't a concussion; it was a rib injury. I'm sorry. I knew there was some form of injury there, though. Yeah, I just don't trust Miami. I think the Titans win this one. I think it's a snooze. I think you get a touchdown and a field goal from the Titans, and I believe you get 3 field goals from Miami.
13-9 football game here, or
yeah. Honestly, I think we're looking at a 17-9. I think we're looking 17-9 Titans. So there's not a lot of pie there. I'm hoping Tony Pollard comes in hungry. I really am. He's getting, I think at this point, he's got like 50 snaps to old boys 23 or some shit like that. So Tony Pollard is the RB1 down there. Will Levis is not QB1. He's just the guy they got right now.
He's just the guy that's in the uniform taking snaps.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm very excited. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Packers game. I feel really bad for the Rams. They're having a really hard time with the run, which does not bode well, as we discussed earlier on this show. Right now, Green Bay's averaging 176 yards a game, and that's with this most recent travesty. And we had to throw the ball a million times. So I believe that holds true. I think we hover somewhere around 240 plus in the rushing yards.
Yeah.
With that being true, I believe our defense locks down Matthew Stafford.
But yeah, with no safety net. Yeah, no safety net receivers.
So I'm going to go ahead and take this one. Green Bay 35 and the Rams 17. I believe the defense gets back. I believe we keep them back under 20. And Jordan Love's going to go off. I want to say 3 touchdowns in the first half. Ends up with another 300-yard game, 1 interception. So gets hungry in the second half when he doesn't need to, and I think he throws a mistake.
I'm going to go 27-17, late field goal by the Rams to make it a 10-point game.
I like it, but we both got him winning here. I'm hoping to I expect to see something amaze balls. Again, that game, I believe, upcoming this week.
Yeah. It's I believe it's a 3:30 game on CBS.
I really hope so. Nope. Oh, the Green Bay Packers next game. Oh no, that's Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, 3:30 CBS. Packers, Rams, SoFi Stadium.
Game. Cool. We get out of the morning time. Yeah, 4:25 Eastern. So it's 3:30 our time. So cool. I get to watch NFL Red Zone for the first half of the football game. I love it when I get to do that. I get to really focus more on fantasy.
Yeah, you don't get to focus on fantasy.
I am upset though, dude. I'm telling you what, on my bench, Wan'Dale Robinson has 18 points.
Yeah, but had he been
in my flex, bro, and I
did
thought
the same
about
thing. I did the same thing. But these players are 50-50. They're not reliable from week to week.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. A small little hint. Dude, he's averaging 10 targets a game right now. He is a massive piece to the Giants. And they're not like 12-plus yard plays, dude. They're all screens and inside the 10 yards. So he's getting 11 catches for 80, 90 yards. It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
But in a PPR league, bro, which is what we're in, he's fucking killing it, dude. I love it. You got anything else you'd love to add?
No, we're good. It's Packer Monday.
We got that one out of the way. Let's move on to the next week. We got the Rams. We got a familiar face with Matt Stafford. I'm super excited about it. I'm just as excited about this football game as I am every chance we get to talk to our fans. So super shout out to you guys for making it this far in the show. Go ahead and in the comments section, hit us with a trick or treat, score a treat. I'm blurring it out for some reason. It makes no sense. Oh, I'm
it's
back.
Your background.
I'm back. It's killing me here. There it is. Trick or treat, score a treat. Halloween style cards. Go ahead, leave a comment. Trick or treat, score a treat. First one to leave a bunch of comments. If it's only you win it, but we'll pick one of those comments on this episode, who comment on this episode, we'll pick one of you guys and go ahead and send that your way. Could end up with one of these spectacular Marvin Harrison no jersey Halloween rimmed cards. There's a handful of other cool little shindigs you have in there. But thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for stopping by. We greatly appreciate you. The world is a much better place with you in it, and we love you more.